My name is Doreen Hall. I'm from San Marcos, California, 76 years old, American citizen. My husband, John Furton, 68 years old, also an American citizen. On July 2nd, 2010, I returned to my home in San Diego, California after the funeral of my last remaining sibling. My husband was not home and did not return any of my calls to his cell phone. On July 4th, my husband had not returned home. I decided to check our safe. I discovered the contents of $70,000 in cash, and my collection of jewelry was gone. I continued to try to reach my husband to no avail. On July 8th, I contacted an attorney. I was advised to make a police report on the missing contents of the safe. On July 12th, I filed a police report. My husband, John Furton, did respond to the police call to his cell phone. He told the police nothing was missing from the house. Later, he told his attorney he had the cash and jewelry. He subsequently returned the jewelry. I discovered on a later date he had traveled to the state of Colorado with the contents of the safe and it's documented in his credit card invoices. John Furton filed for divorce after 41 years of marriage. In negotiations with the lawyers, I received into my possession $31,000 of the cash that had been missing. I received the vehicle valued at $1,500 and in need of repair. My husband retained the vehicle valued at $8,000. In the hearings before Judge Sim von Kalinowski, I was ordered to have an appraisal done on the jewelry taken from the safe. The jewelry were gifts given to me by my husband during the course of the marriage for birthdays, holidays, and signs of affection. In addition, I owned jewelry prior to the marriage from my mother and my first husband. I fought in court for the right to retain these items under California law as gifts, all of the items. I was ordered to have them appraised. I won the issue of the cost of appraisal of $2,000, but ordered to have the appraisal done on jewelry given to me by my husband. The jewelry appraised at slightly below $11,000 and equal to approximately $250 in gratuitous gifts for each year of the 41-year marriage. John Furton's lawyer then demanded I have an appraisal done on the jewelry given to me prior to the marriage by my mother and first husband. Despite holding in my possession a written statement from John Furton stating her mother's jewelry is unequivocally hers, Judge Sim von Kalinowski ordered me to have this jewelry appraised as well. As a result of this hearing and realization that after 18 months of divorce hearings and expense of $32,000 in legal fees, I understood this was not about settling a divorce, but a combined effort between lawyers and the judge to diminish my financial status. All of the $31,000 in savings were depleted. I, at 75 years old, did not have the ability to work as I am disabled and in a wheelchair due to the need of a hip replacement, which has become impossible under the circumstances. However, my husband was able to continue working on the side because he is also on Social Security. I agreed to a final settlement, which cost me an additional loss of approximately $50,000. In the agreement of homes, I returned the lower-priced rental income home, while John Furton retained the higher-priced family home. I had no choice but to settle, as I was financially dependent upon my sons without any savings. However, this did not bring a resolution and end to the divorce. To date, October 3rd, 2012, do not have a final divorce in place. I have not received my portion of the monthly pension for 5 months, and the legal aspects of my situation have not improved. I am currently holding a bill from my legal representation, the amount of $1,700, of which 17 calls were placed to my lawyer by John Furton, and I am expected to pay for it. In the final ruling from Judge Sim von Kalinowski, my request for legal fees was dismissed. To date, I have paid $42,000 in legal fees and have not completed the divorce or closure to this emotionally difficult situation. In a final statement, I have only been a devoted wife and mother. I do not drink, gamble, or engage in extramarital affairs, and yet I have suffered as if I were a criminal in the divorce court. I have been bullied and demeaned throughout the entirety of the court proceedings. In the last years of my life, when I expected to live out my years with my husband, financially secure from years of planning or retirement, instead I had absolutely no consideration of my circumstances, my health, or my age, and was taken advantage of by a system which ignored our laws in place to protect people such as myself. I ask you, how is this justice?